The 2025 Traslacion drew over 8 million Jesus Nazareno devotees, higher than the number of participants last year. A total of 8.12 million devotees joined this year's procession for the Feast of Jesus Nazareno, according to Quiapo Church's tally. Data from the church management show a crowd of 1.29 million individuals at the Carino Grandstand, 387,000 on the processional route, and 6.44 million in and around the area of the Minor Basilica and National Shrine of Jesus Nazareno or Quiapo Church. Traslacion began at 4:41 a.m. on Thursday, January 9, with over 230,000 Catholic faithful in attendance to send off the image of Jesus Nazareno from the Carino Grandstand. The image finally arrived at Quiapo Church at 1:26 a.m. on Friday, January 10, ending the long journey through the streets of Manila and posting a duration of 20 hours and 45 minutes. The 2024 procession saw over 6.5 million Catholic faithful join the reenactment of the transfer of the image of Jesus Nazareno from the Carino Grandstand, which was then Bagong Bayan, to Quiapo Church. The Traslacion is the culmination of the week-long festivities for the Feast of Jesus Nazareno, whose ebony sculpture is believed by many to possess miraculous powers. A Philippine Coast Guard patrol ship issued a radio challenge to Chinese vessels off Zambales province due to their illegal presence in the West Philippine Sea. In a statement on Thursday, January 9, PCG spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea Commodore J. Tariela says BRP Teresa Magbanwa continues to monitor the Chinese Coast Guard vessels, which exhibit what he describes as erratic movements about 70 to 80 nautical miles from the shore of Zambales. According to Tariela, BRP Teresa Magbanwa persistently issued radio challenges to the Chinese vessels, informing them that they are operating within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone.
The China Coast Guard 3304. This is Philippine Coast Guard vessel. BRP Teresa Magbanwa. FRRB 9701. You are advised that you are currently sailing within the Philippines exclusive economic zone, approximately 74 nautical miles west of Capones Point, Zambales, Philippines.
Tariela also says the Philippine ship's crew cited Republic Act 12064 or the Philippine Maritime Zones Act, the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, which China is a signatory, and the 2016 Arbitral Award. He adds that the Filipino crew asserted that Chinese vessels do not possess any legal authority to patrol within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone and directed them to depart immediately.
We do not possess any legal authority to patrol within the Philippines exclusive economic zone. You are directed to depart immediately and notify us of your intention.
On January 8, China Coast Guard 5901 left the coastline of Zambales, but another Chinese vessel, China Coast Guard 3103, headed to the area that the so-called monster ship vacated. China Coast Guard 3103 then left the area and was replaced by China Coast Guard 3304 on Thursday afternoon. The PCG vowed to counteract China's efforts in normalizing and legitimizing its illegal presence in Philippine waters. Massive wildfires that engulfed whole neighborhoods and displaced thousands in Los Angeles, United States, raged out of control on Thursday, January 9, as California's National Guard soldiers readied to hit the streets to help quell disorder. According to authorities, a vast firefighting operation continued for a third day, bolstered by water-dropping helicopters thanks to a temporary lull in winds. But new fires continued to spring up.
0% containment. Extreme fire behavior continues to challenge firefighting efforts for the Palisades area. Wind gusts are up to 60 miles per hour and are expected to resume throughout the entire day.
The biggest blaze ripped through over 7,700 hectares of the upscale Pacific Palisades neighborhood, while another fire in Altadena torched 5,300 hectares. Neither was contained on Thursday, though firefighters say spreading had slowed. Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna says looting broke out amid the chaos while the state's National Guard were set to spring into action. He adds a curfew was planned for affected areas. Governor Gavin Newsom says California National Guard members who were prepared to staff checkpoints and help control traffic were part of a 1,000-strong deployment of state personnel. U.S. President Joe Biden is pledging extra federal funds and resources to help the state cope.
I'm also surging all federal resources possible to Southern California, including 400 additional federal firefighters, over 30 firefighting helicopters and planes, federally supplied, firefighting planes and helicopters, and 8 Department of Defense C-130s that are equipped to suppress wildfires.
Nearly 180,000 people across Los Angeles remain under evacuation orders, and at least 5 deaths have been reported in connection to the fires.